Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the Midday News. The headlines. Security agencies in Jammu and Kashmir ask social media service providers to take action against misinformation campaigns run by Pakistan. Prohibitory conditions eased in Jammu and Kashmir after peaceful Eid celebrations. In Tripura, 88 militants belonging to banned outfit NLFT surrender in Ambassa in Dhakai district. 10 MLAs of Sikkim Democratic Front joined Bharatiya Janta Party on the merger of both. Supreme Court orders that list of those excluded from final Assam NRC be published only online on 31st August. Chandrayaan-2 to begin its journey towards Moon early tomorrow. A jittery Pakistani establishment has resorted to falsehoods and lies on social media platforms regarding the situation in Kashmir. Pakistan's desperation can also be gauged from their subdued Eid celebrations. However, alert security agencies have foiled their nefarious designs.
Jammu and Kashmir Police has written to social media service providers to take action against mischievous campaigns spreading panic among the people and projecting a negative image of the situation. Service providers have been asked to take action against 8 Twitter accounts, including that of separatist leader Syed Ailisha Gilani. The security forces have dismissed a malicious social media post by a Pakistani journalist about an alleged fratricidal clash between the CRPF and the Jammu and Kashmir Police. They said the content was untrue and baseless. The microblogging site has been asked to take remedial action on the post. Facebook has said it is removing content that violates its community standards. Twitter has also suspended accounts of few Pakistani journalists who were spreading rumors. In order to provide correct information to people, a media center has been set up by the government to facilitate media persons. In addition to phone and internet facilities, daily briefings are being held at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. in Srinagar by local authorities. Principal Secretary Rohit Kansal has assured appropriate action in this regard.
Due cognizance has been taken of all the fake handles and of any items which create disaffection, and it is being tackled at the appropriate levels, legally, procedurally, and through appropriate measures.
Anuja Bhardwajan, News Desk.
Jammu and Kashmir Principal Secretary Planning Commission Rohit Kansal today said the situation across Kashmir is limping back to normal. Addressing media persons in Srinagar today, Mr. Kansal said that following peaceful Eid celebrations across various parts of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh, prohibitory conditions have been further relaxed in various regions.
Following the peaceful celebration of Eid festival across various parts of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh yesterday, prohibitory conditions were further relaxed in various parts. As we speak, the Jammu region is almost entirely free of restrictions. Restrictions, however, do continue in parts of Kashmir based on local assessment.
Mr. Kansal said dress rehearsals are underway in all districts of the region and exuded confidence that Independence Day celebrations will be carried out in a grand manner. Mr. Kansal also stated that adequate Medicare is available in all hospitals and required medical supplies have been provided. Talking about the status of flights, he said the operations are running as usual. Northern Army Commander Lieutenant General Ranbir Singh toured the Kashmir Valley yesterday to review the security situation in the region. The Army Commander, accompanied by Chinar Corps Commander Lieutenant General KJS Dhillon, visited formations in North and South Kashmir and was briefed about the current situation and also the recent counter-terrorist operations. The Army Commander complimented the troops for humanitarian assistance provided to locals. They also appreciated the actions taken by the units and formations in ensuring safety and well-being of the people. A report.
The Indian Army has been standing by the local populace and assisting in ensuring complete religious harmony and tranquility. The Army reached out to the people in the area of Kalal, Lam, Kalakot, Gul, Baga and Samod on the occasion of Eid al-Zuha in an effort to ameliorate the difficulties being faced by the people in the area. Medical patrols were sent to remote locations to render medical assistance to patients. Mobile PCO facilities were also provided at various remote places. Areas in and around masjids were sanitized to provide secure environment for conduct of prayers. R.K. Raina, AR News, Jammu.
Army Chief General Bipin Rawat has said that if the adversary wants to activate the LOC, that is their choice. Talking to media on the sidelines of a function in New Delhi, the army chief said every country does precautionary deployment and no one should get too concerned about it. He further added that as far as the army and other services are concerned, one has to be always prepared. The Supreme Court today refused to pass any immediate directions to the centre and the Jammu and Kashmir government on a plea seeking lifting of all restrictions imposed after the abrogation of Article 370. The Apex Court said it will wait for return of normalcy and take up the matter after 2 weeks. A 3-judge bench headed by Justice Arun Mishra was hearing a petition on the centre's decision to impose restrictions there following revocation of provisions of Article 370. During the hearing, the court said the present situation in Jammu and Kashmir was very sensitive and some time should be given for bringing back normalcy in the region. In Tripura, 88 militants belonging to banned outfit National Liberation Front of Tripura, NLFT, Shabir Burma faction has surrendered in Ambassa in Dhakai district. The militants surrendered in the presence of Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Dev and his deputy Jishnu Dev Burma. On Sunday, a tripartite memorandum of understanding was signed among the NLFT SD, Tripura government and the central government. As per the memorandum, NLFT SD has agreed to abjure the path of violence, join the mainstream and abide by the constitution. Surrendered cadres will be given surrender benefits as per the Surrender Cum Rehabilitation Scheme 2018 of the Ministry of Home Affairs. The Legislative Party of Sikkim Democratic Front SDF today merged itself with Bharatiya Janta Party. Out of 13, 10 MLAs of the SDF joined the BJP in the presence of Party General Secretary Ram Madhav in New Delhi. Speaking on the occasion, senior SDF leader Dorji Shering Lepcha said they want to work under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the development of the state. Earlier, the MLAs also met BJP Working President JP Nadda. In the recently held assembly elections, Pawan Chamling-led SDF had to face defeat after 25 years of rule in the state. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. The Supreme Court today ordered that the list of those excluded from the final Assam NRC be published only online on the 31st of this month. A bench comprising Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi and Justice R.F. Nariman said that like Aadhaar data, an appropriate regime be enacted for securing the Assam NRC data. The Apex Court added that the ongoing NRC exercise cannot be ordered to be reopened on the basis of certain legal challenges raised before it. The top court had earlier said the final Assam NRC would be published on or by the 31st of August. The Supreme Court today asked rebel Congress JDS MLAs from Karnataka to hand over a memo to the registrar for urgent listing of their plea challenging their disqualification from the State Assembly. A bench headed by Justice Arun Mishra told this to senior advocate Mukul Rohatgi, who was appearing for the rebel MLAs. 17 rebel MLAs were disqualified from the House ahead of the 29th July trust vote moved by then Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy. Kumaraswamy lost the floor test, paving the way for a BJP-led government in the state under B.S. Yediyurappa. The Supreme Court today refused to direct the Uttar Pradesh government to file a report regarding the status of 20 cases registered against the Unnao rape survivor and her family members. A bench comprising Justices Deepak Gupta and B.R. Gavai said that they don't want to widen the scope and interfere in other cases lodged against them in the state. The Apex Court was told by an advocate appearing in the case that proceedings in the 4 cases, which were transferred to Delhi, are taking place on a day-to-day basis before a special court. The bench said it would hear the Unnao case again on the 19th of August. The Supreme Court has directed Noida and Greater Noida authorities to start registration of flats in favor of Amrapali home buyers. It warned that their officers will be sent to jail if there is any delay on their part in handing over possession. Both authorities told the top court that they have created a special cell to deal with the Amrapali home buyers cases and the order will be complied with. Last month, the court had cancelled registration of the embattled Amrapali group under the Real Estate Regulatory Authority over the delayed completion of over 40,000 flats. The lease of the properties was then granted to the Noida and Greater Noida authorities. India's second lunar probe Chandrayaan-2 will begin its journey straight towards the moon from early morning tomorrow. Known as translunar insertion, the lunar craft will be navigated out of its present Earth-centric orbit and made to travel straight towards the moon by firing the fuel in its engine by around 3:30 a.m. It is considered a significant step in its 48-day journey to the moon since its launch. More from our correspondent.
Chandrayaan-2 will finally free itself away from the gravitational pull of the Earth and will start moving towards its final destination, the moon. By a series of 5 maneuvers till the 6th of this month, its farthest distance from the Earth has been made to increase steadily. Now the time is ripe for the ISRO scientists to fire the engine on board the lunar craft yet again in such a way that its path coincides with the sphere of influence of the moon. Jai Singh, AR News, Chennai.
The India Meteorological Department IMD has issued heavy rain alert for several districts of Odisha in view of low pressure formed over northwest Bay of Bengal and adjoining West Bengal Bangladesh coast. As per the latest weather bulletin, intense rainfall is likely to occur at one or two places over the districts of Naupada, Bolangir and Sambalpur.
Under the influence of low pressure, more rain is expected along the Odisha coast and northwest and west central Bay of Bengal in next 48 hours. Major rivers of the state witness massive inflow of water due to incessant rain. Meantime, first flood waters of the season to be released from Hirakud Dam in Mahanadi River tomorrow to keep the water level in check following heavy rain in upstream. Officers of the line department have been asked to stay prepared to move the affected area in the event of submergence of roads and bridges. Tapan Maharana, AR News, Cuttack.
In Kerala, heavy rain is expected to continue in the state. Red alert has been issued in 3 districts for today. A report.
Idukki, Alappuzha and Ernakulam are the 3 districts where the red alert is issued today. Southern and central Kerala is expected to get more rain in the coming days. As the rain in northern districts decreased, relief and search operations are going on vigorously. Flood-like situation prevails in Alappuzha and Kottayam districts. Around 250,000 people are in various relief camps. Around 800 houses were totally and 459 houses partially damaged in the state. Railway authorities informed that it will take 1 more week for the train services to be back to normal in the state. Mahisha for AR News from Thiruvananthapuram.
A full dress rehearsal was held at the historic Red Fort in the national capital this morning for the 73rd Independence Day celebrations. The Army, Navy and Air Force contingents marched across the Red Fort while school children performed for dignitaries and audience present for the rehearsal. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hoist the tricolour at the Red Fort on Thursday, the Independence Day, after which he will deliver a speech to the nation. This will be Mr. Modi's first speech in his second term as the Prime Minister. A report.
A full dress rehearsal was held at the historic Red Fort in the national capital this morning. The Army, Navy and Air Force contingents marched across the Red Fort while school children performed for dignitaries and audience present for the rehearsal. In Chhattisgarh, in first of its kind, Independence Day parade will be led by a female platoon of Bastaria Battalion of CRPF and Danteshwari Ladake. Dress rehearsals are underway in all districts of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh to celebrate the grandeur of Independence Day. In Assam, 3-day-long Independence Day celebrations have begun across the state. On day 1 today, cleanliness and plantation drive is being carried out in all districts. A special song Vatan has been produced by Doordarshan to pay tribute to New India. Aarti Rana for AR News.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Security agencies in Jammu and Kashmir asked social media service providers to take action against misinformation campaigns run by Pakistan. Prohibitory conditions eased in Jammu and Kashmir after peaceful Eid celebrations. In Tripura, 88 militants belonging to banned outfit NLFT surrender in Ambassa and Dhakai district. 10 MLAs of Sikkim Democratic Front join Bharatiya Janta Party on the merger of both. Supreme Court orders that list of those excluded from final Assam NRC be published only online on 31st August. And Chandrayaan-2 to begin its journey towards the moon early tomorrow. With that, we end the midday news.